All right, so let me show you how easy it is to create and write with Notion AI. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Notion, and I'm using the desktop app at the moment. And then I'm going to go over to my searchable brain template. If you want this template, it's going to be the first link in the description. But I'm going to go ahead and click quick capture. Now I'm going to click new note. And then from there, I'm going to name this note 30-day challenge. Hey, so I just posted something on my Instagram saying that I'm going to do a 30-day challenge where I'm going to post about being myself. So can you create a template for people to follow along with? Have it in a chart like form, and also have toggles to where it has like done, to do, and in progress, so people can follow along with which videos they created, and also have it to where it motivates people. So put like some type of checklist to ask them questions, maybe to spark inspiration on what they should write about. I want this to be a challenge where people are being themselves and not really using AI so much to write, but just them using their own creativity. I'm using a pen and piece of paper to do this, so I'll be writing most of my scripts there, but people can also write their scripts underneath each video. So it's going to be 30 videos, and I need to make like a checklist to make sure everything is done in that form. Can you create this for me? So from there, I go ahead and I use Whisperflow to listen to me talk on my laptop. But then that's all I do. Click it there, and then this thing should go ahead and start creating everything for me. So it's doing this thing. Look at that. Like instantly, it's going ahead and creating like this checklist, and then now it's creating this template for people to follow along with to track the 30 days. It's doing this literally in front of me, a little drop down bar asking people questions. So it's cool because now all I need to do is just put some photo here to make it look good, and I'll just rename this from 30-day challenge to the Be Yourself challenge. But other than that, it's pretty much done. So it's that quick. Like it literally took me like 10 seconds to start creating in Notion. I think before you had to figure out how to create these templates in a creative way, but now you don't even have to do that. Like it just made a progress board to check the progress in every single day, the status. So it's going to be really cool because I'm actually going to use it for myself. And there it goes, day 3, day 4, to do, in progress, complete. Now all I have to do is like move it over here, but it may do that once it's done. So it's making every single day. But yeah, it's super duper smart to create with this. And it's funny because I put this title as like how to write with Notion, but I think it's better to say like how to create with Notion, because yes, I'm going to write in things on here, but I need to create like an area for me to just express myself and to write. So for example, if you see anything you need to change, you can just talk to it that way. And let's see if it makes the necessary changes that I'm talking to. And if it doesn't make it correctly, you just have to be more, I guess, more thorough or more clear with your communication. So it should be able to figure out what I'm trying to say. But this template's already starting to look good when I look at it. It's got like the checklist, and then it has all the videos, so I can click inside of every single video, and then I'll be able to write down the script and ask like, this is a format for me to do it, a quick reflection inside of each day, which is powerful too. But you can go ahead and click like if it's done, if it's filmed or whatever, to be able to like keep track of that. And there's the captions written, so you can just follow along with this to make sure that you get everything done. So now you can go ahead and get this template for free in the link in the description. All right, so I'm gonna hit you guys with some real talk. No one is gonna believe in your mission like you do. Not your girlfriend, not your boyfriend, not your mom, your dad, literally no one. They may be there to support you. They may believe you a little bit. They may maybe believe you a lot of it, but they're really not gonna support you the way that you think that you want to support, if that makes sense. Like you think that someone's gonna just ride there and just believe in everything you say, but they're not gonna believe it because they haven't seen it. As humans, we usually like to see things to believe it. Like if someone tells you that dogs fly and you've never seen a dog fly before, why would you believe a dog's gonna fly? No matter how good your vision is or dreaming or whatever, you're probably not gonna believe a dog flies. And I think that's the same thing when it comes to telling people about the things that you see. They can't see it, so how are they gonna believe it? And I heard something from Mark Zuckerberg that really helped me when it comes to this. He said that he only judges people and hires people based off of what they've done. Like if he's seen that this person has built Facebook, for example, right? Of course, that's how people value Mark Zuckerberg. Or if he's seen someone has built some little app or whatever that he wants to buy, then he's like, okay, I value that person and they're a good hire. So he's basically judging people based off of what they've built or what they've done. You need to do the same thing for yourself. Prove to yourself that you're worthy. Prove to yourself that you can do it. Prove to yourself that you are the person that is the best at whatever you do. Like prove it to yourself. You don't have to prove it to anybody else. You don't have to prove it to your mom, your dad, or anybody. Just show yourself what you can do. And I think by you showing yourself what you can do, everybody else around you starts to believe it because they'll start seeing it. But if you just put your faith in your hopes or whatever and get upset because you want someone to believe what you believe or you see or your vision or this company that you're going to create, they don't believe you no matter how much they tell you that they believe you. They may believe a little bit of it. They're like, yeah, that person is really good. But you know how many good people they've seen not succeed? Like, think about it. How many people you've known that are very, very talented at so many different things? They may be a good writer. They may be good at reading. They may be good at speaking. They may be good at doing so many things, but you just haven't seen them amount to anything, right? So it's hard to get ourselves to even believe at these things, right? So I have sympathy for other people that don't fully believe in other people. So that's why my whole thing is get organized as possible, because as humans, it's hard to wake up and know exactly what to do every day. You wake up in moods. Sometimes you don't feel like working. Sometimes you do feel like working. Sometimes you feel energized. Sometimes you feel inspiration, but it's hard to capture those emotions and then record something and then publish it for other people to see it. So you need to be super duper organized. And I think the best way to do that is through Notion. Use Notion AI. So instead of talking to ChatGPT all day, just talk to Notion AI and then it'll do things for you. So tell it how you want to schedule out your week. Tell it how you need to organize all of your thoughts in a clean way. And then Notion AI can create that for you in a beautiful way. You'll be surprised how many things you can get done. I even asked Notion to find me new lighting for my office, and then it found me Amazon links that I can go ahead and buy when I go to LA next week. I was talking to a friend the other day and he was telling me like, yeah, man, my girlfriend left me because I cheated on her and now she doesn't believe in me because basically I did her dirty. And of course she's not going to believe in your hopes and dreams, but he really wanted to prove her wrong that he changed. He was like, I'm a different person now. And I truly believe he is a different person, but he's doing it for the wrong reasons, because since he's doing it to impress her or like this whoop-de-doop dream, he's never going to impress himself to be able to amount to what he wants to amount to. You have to do everything for yourself and not for others. And I feel like we live in this world where we do everything for ourselves. A lot of people lie to themselves. They're like, yo, I'm doing everything because I feel like it's good for humanity or whatever. No, it feels good for you to be the type of person that supports others. So I feel like just know that you're doing these things for yourself. Just change that paradigm or change that mindset. It took me a long time to understand that. I feel like I used to lie to myself and tell me I was doing it for others or I was doing it for my family or whatever. But I did it for my family because it feels good to me to know that I am the one that's supporting my family, if that makes sense. So I feel like we're ultimately doing everything to help ourselves, and that in turn helps everybody else around us. So good practice is to talk in front of a camera or use voice in front of a camera and then turn that transcription into your daily documents. For example, I am talking in this video right now. I'm going to take this transcription and then I'm going to put it in my day, like how I feel. I'll probably ask myself a few more questions, but then I fill out my day to be able to track it. I think you can track everything. You can track what you need to do in the morning, so you can talk just like this, but in front of a camera. It can be your iPhone, or it doesn't even have to be recorded, but just with your voice, and tell it what you need to get done for the day. And then it'll go ahead and bullet that out to make sure when you wake up in the next day, everything is already there. See, what we're trying to do here is take the thinking out of the action. That's true productivity. You see, the internet has you fooled. The internet tells you that you need to do hours and hours of work. You need to spend 10,000 hours to master something, but really it's not 10,000 hours. It's 10,000 iterations. How many times can you do something and then make it a small adjustment at that thing? You can do that all the time when you are tracking every single thing that you're thinking. I feel like that's true manifestation. Manifestation is just like a microwave. When you heat up your food, you can't see your food getting heated up. You just know that it works. You know that the microwave works, right? To heat up the food. You can't see it. The same thing with a radio wave or a cell phone signal. I can call my mom. She lives in Detroit. I'm in Cape Town, South Africa right now. It goes from my phone to a tower, and then from a tower to another satellite or a tower to go ahead and reach my mom. I can't see that frequency, but it's working. And I feel like every thought we think works the same way. Every time you think a thought, you're emitting a matching frequency. We are just like, and I said this in my last video, but we're just like an algorithm. An algorithm is trained on what you put into it, and it spits out what you see. So for example, if you're on Instagram and you're thinking about cars, you're going to see a feed full of cars because it's just feeding you what you're thinking about. And it's the same thing. If you're seeing shitty things or if you're seeing disorganized life, then you're going to see more of that. So we have to put out what we want to see. And for me, I feel like when you put out things that are very simple, when you put out things that are very easy to digest, other people think it's easy to digest and it's easier to make revenue off of that. And it's also easy for you to understand what to do the next day. For me, I'm just trying to help as many coaches as possible push the message. I'm not the Martin Luther King type of guy. I'm not going to go ahead and say I have a dream. But the thing that I do believe in is helping people that do have a dream push their dream further. For example, I feel like a lot of people are trying to do good, especially in the coaching space. They're putting out messages of health, wealth, love, and happiness. And I want to help further their message by teaching them how to integrate AI tools into their business. So if you're a coach yourself or a teacher or an online person selling something for the good, you should definitely join our school community because we are there hanging out and I can definitely assist you in many ways that way instead of just a YouTube video and just talking to you, if that makes sense. So yeah,